Hey yo, welcome back to Headlocks and Hot Packs, where here we like to take the competition and carve them up. I'm not sure why I'm quoting Razor Ramon today. He doesn't have anything to do with today's wrestling video, although I could make a roundabout segue. Razor Ramon Scott Hall is, of course, a WWE legend, so there's our roundabout segue because we're checking out some more Mattel WWE Legends figures. Series 13 has been out for a little bit now, and over the past number of weeks, I have managed to accrue the entire Series 13. Didn't find them all at once. Like I said, this was picked up over a few weeks, a day here and there, so we are going to take a look at all of Series 13, including the Chase, which I don't really find a lot of those, which is why they're called a Chase. So first up, this one will go with one from our last Legends video, and the first man on the menu is Triple H, D-Generation X Triple H, and this is, of course, from when D-Generation X famously or infamously invaded WCW Monday Nitro, as we get a look at the box art here. And of course, you got a little description there talking about how Triple H took over as the leader of DX and kind of coined the DX Army thing. And then a little bit of info about them going at WCW headquarters and Nitro. So of course he comes with the megaphone, which for anybody who is familiar with that episode of Raw, that is one of the things that was used, so everything is pretty accurate here. And then, of course, the Army fatigues, the classic DX t-shirt, and the Army helmet. Pretty interesting how it's D-Generation X, but then a lot of people also spell it DE Generation X. So, I don't know, which one is right? I think that's kind of a long-standing debate. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. But there's the Triple H. Like I said, that will go with the Billy Gunn from Series 12, which is also from the DX Invasion of Nitro. On to our next one. This is the first figure of this guy I've owned since I had an LJN way back in the day when I was very, very young. And this is the father of the Viper Randy Orton, Cowboy Bob Orton, the WWE Hall of Famer. We have him, this is the time period of the mid-80s, I believe, because the boxing gloves there are a dead giveaway. Of course, Cowboy Bob Orton, or Ace, as Roddy Piper called him, was always in tandem with Piper, and this would have been around WrestleMania 2 time when Piper was heading into a boxing match against Mr. T. Of course, this was the follow-up to the big tag team match from WrestleMania 1, where Piper teamed with Orndorff to take on Hulk Hogan, the WWF champion, and Mr. T. I did not ever actually read the back. Actually, here we go. On March 1st, Cowboy Bob Orton stepped into the ring for a boxing match with Mr. T. And I want to say that might have been, I feel like that was a Saturday night's main event, but I am not positive, as you see the other guys we'll be seeing here in this video. But yeah, like I said, this is my first Cowboy Bob Orton figure since I had an LJN when I was maybe like 4, 5, 6 years old. Pretty beat up. Of course, I don't have any of those anymore. Wish I still did, but they were beat to hell because I definitely played with them. That brings us to number 3. We've got 5 to check out here. Of course, 2 will be of the same person. But next we have the Hurricane. Not a WWE Hall of Famer, but definitely a legendary character in WWE history. The Hurricane, a lot of people say comedy doesn't really draw in wrestling. I would argue that it does to a degree, but it has to be like kind of circumstantial comedy, you know, the way that the Hurricane would always fly away off screen and people would pretend like he was flying. It was funny because everybody was in on it. And that's just my opinion. But like I said, here is the Hurricane, Gregory Shane Helms, Sugar Shane Helms. And I'm thinking this has to be ECW era Hurricane because that was when he had the long hair. Of course, I mean WWE ECW, but he comes with the cape there. He had the more professional looking gear at that point too. So this was, I want to say, like Hurricane 2009 area, somewhere around there. But doesn't really give the time frame on the back here. But like I said, I can tell just by the length of his hair there. He never had the long hair like that in the earlier Hurricane years. And this was after he changed his gimmick to Gregory Helms, which was like 2006. So, first Hurricane figure that I've ever owned. And like I said, I've got two more. Go away, Snapchat, I don't care. I don't even hardly ever use you. Not sure why that's on my phone. Two more, they are of the same guy, and this is one that I already have one Legends figure of from Series 8, I believe it is. Here we are with Series 13, again, of course, and it's Jake the Snake Roberts. This is heel era Jake the Snake Roberts, and that's not when he first arrived in the WWF. As you can tell by the Cobra, this is the early 90s heel Jake Roberts with his big feud against Macho Man Savage. Here we go, 1991. And this is the same gear as when his Cobra famously bit Macho Man Randy Savage on the arm. That was super shocking at the time. I remember watching that. I was 6 years old at the time. So definitely was not the kind of violence you were used to seeing on WWF Superstars, but a huge angle at that point, and might be the most famous angle of Jake the Snake Roberts' career. So second Jake for my Legends collection, like I said. And that brings us to our final one. This is the Chase, and the third Jake the Snake Roberts Legends figure that I now will have here in the wrestling room. And we've got the gray gear, of course, with the Cobra. Still heel era Jake Roberts. This gear I do not really remember. I don't really remember him wearing the black wrist tape either. I am pretty sure that this might be WCW era Jake Roberts. So after he left the WWF following WrestleMania 8, he, of course, would show up in WCW and had a feud with my all-time favorite, the Stinger. And I never really... WCW was only, of course, on TBS at that point, and when I was younger, we was broke. We was poor. So we did not have cable, so I would only really catch WCW the, I guess, 1 or 2 times a year. I would end up at my father's house. And the only thing that sucks about this, as you can see, it's been sliced on the side there, so it looks like whoever cut open into the box, the Target employee, cut the figure up. But where it's a Chase, I couldn't really be picky, so I snagged it nonetheless. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that's WCW era Jake Roberts, and that is our final figure of this video. Our wrestling videos are fewer and further between because, as I've stated before, the wrestling room is quite full, so I've been swapping over to solely collecting the WWE Legends line, and of course those get resold quite heavily, so when you can find them on the shelf, it's a good day for sure. And these are, of course, Target exclusives. I don't think you can find these at Walmart. I don't even ever look at Walmart for figures anymore because it's always empty, so I don't even bother. But that's all we've got for this edition of Headlocks and Hot Packs, our look at Series 13 Mattel WWE Legends. Please hit that thumbs up thumbs up button if it's a thumbs up video. Don't hit that. Hit the thumbs up button down below if you liked this video. And, of course, if you are not subbed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do so. We definitely seem to be growing slowly but surely. And, I don't know, I think it's only going to take one big video for things to pop off here on Headlocks and Hot Packs. So, jump on in and join the ride. That's all we've got today. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll be back again soon.